Are some girls truly who they claim to be? We're about to find out in the story of Rebecca. Rebecca was the girl everyone admired, the one with the bright smile, the soft voice, the kind heart, the perfect pastor's daughter. At just 19, she was everything a church girl should be: modest, obedient, and dedicated to God. Every Sunday, she led worship with a voice that made people cry. She never missed morning devotion. She never questioned the rules. To the world, Rebecca was flawless, but inside she felt trapped. She was tired of rules she didn't create, tired of being the pastor's daughter who had to live up to expectations, tired of pretending she didn't notice how different the world outside was. Louder, freer, more exciting. At school, the other girls whispered about weekend parties, VIP clubs, and rich men who spoiled them with gifts. They wore makeup, dressed in designer outfits, and lived without worrying about a congregation's judgment. Rebecca sat quietly, listening, never joining. But curiosity. Curiosity is a dangerous thing. And then came Jessica. Jessica was everything Rebecca had been warned about: stunning, confident, and effortlessly glamorous. She smelled of expensive perfume, walked like she owned the world, and always had a new phone, a new handbag, and new stories about wealthy men who adored her. And Rebecca couldn't look away. Jessica didn't follow rules. She was the kind of girl Rebecca had been warned about: beautiful, confident, untamed. One afternoon, she slid into the seat beside Rebecca in the cafeteria, her manicured fingers lazily stirring her juice. "You're always so quiet, church girl," she mused. A knowing smile tugging at her lips, Rebecca offered a small, polite smile. "I just don't talk much." Jessica studied her for a moment, then leaned in slightly, her voice dropping. "But you listen?" A pause, then with a smirk. "And I know you wonder what it's like." Rebecca's shoulders tensed. "What do you mean?" Jessica tilted her head, eyes gleaming with amusement. "The life, the fun, the freedom. No rules, no expectations. No one watching your every move, waiting for you to be perfect." Rebecca opened her mouth to protest but found no words. Jessica chuckled softly. "Relax. I'm not here to convert you." She tapped a straw against the cup. "I just think you'd be dangerous if you ever stopped pretending." Rebecca swallowed hard. Jessica had no idea how right she was. The first lie was small. Her father had told her to go straight home after choir practice. Instead, she went to Jessica's house. Just for an hour, she told herself. Just to see. Jessica's house was nothing like Rebecca's strict home. No Bible verses framed the walls. No curfew loomed over her. No hushed prayers echoed in the evening air. Instead, music pulsed through the rooms, shaking the walls. The scent of expensive perfume clung to the air. Girls lounged on velvet couches, their laughter mixing with the glow of ring lights as they filmed TikTok videos. Jessica tossed her a dress, short, tight, unlike anything Rebecca had ever worn. "Try it on," she urged. "No one will know." Rebecca hesitated, fingers brushing the fabric. Then slowly, she slipped it on. In the mirror, a stranger stared back. Not the pastor's daughter, not the quiet, obedient girl. Someone else, someone dangerous. And for the first time, Rebecca wondered if she had been living the wrong life all along. The first time she sneaked out, it was too easy. Her parents were at a church vigil, her younger siblings fast asleep. Jessica's text flashed on her screen. "Are you ready?" Rebecca changed into the dress, her fingers steady as she applied her makeup, mimicking what she had seen Jessica do. When she looked at herself in the mirror, she didn't recognize the girl staring back. Excitement hummed beneath her skin as she stepped outside. Heart hammering, she slid into the backseat of a waiting taxi at the club. The music was deafening, the lights blinding, the air thick with perfume, sweat, and something else she couldn't name. Girls moved with careless grace. Men watched them like trophies waiting to be claimed. Jessica leaned in, whispering, "Welcome to the real world, church girl." Rebecca took a breath, then stepped forward. She had no idea she had just walked into the most dangerous part of her life. She should have been afraid. She should have gone home after that first night. But she didn't. Instead, she craved more. The way people looked at her in that dress. The thrill of breaking rules. The freedom in Jessica's laughter, reckless and untamed. That night had unlocked something inside her. something wild, something dangerous, and it was only the beginning. The first lie had been small, the second effortless. I'm sleeping at Grace's house for a Bible study, Rebecca told her father. Pastor James beamed with pride. That's my girl. For a brief moment, guilt tightened in her chest. Then she heard Jessica's car horn outside, calling her into the night. And just like that, the guilt disappeared. This wasn't just a club night. It was an exclusive rooftop party, and this time Rebecca didn't hesitate. The rooftop glittered like something out of a dream. Velvet couches, champagne glasses, laughter spilling into the night air. Girls draped in designer dresses sipping drinks worth more than Rebecca's monthly allowance. Men in tailored suits, their watches gleaming under the city lights. Rebecca felt different here. She felt powerful. Jessica nudged her toward a man. Rebecca, meet David. He was older, maybe 35. His suit sharp, his smile sharp, his eyes scanned her. Slow and deliberate. You're new, he murmured. Rebecca nodded, suddenly self-conscious. David chuckled. Don't be nervous, church girl. You're in good hands. Her breath caught. How did he know? Jessica laughed, draping an arm around Rebecca's shoulders. She's special, David. Be nice. David smirked. Oh, I'll be very nice. Rebecca didn't know it then, but that night she made a deal with the devil. David was different from the boys at school. He was a man. He sent her gifts, perfumes, designer shoes, the latest phone. You deserve nice things, he told her. And for the first time in her life, Rebecca felt wanted. But gifts always come with a price. One night, David picked her up in his car, a sleek black Mercedes that smelled of leather and danger. You're beautiful, he murmured, brushing a strand of hair from her face. Rebecca's heart pounded. Then he leaned in, and she realized this was the price. Her breath caught. She had liked the gifts, the attention, the thrill. But this? Was she ready for this? David's fingers traced her jaw, waiting for an answer. In that moment, Rebecca had to decide. Was she still the pastor's daughter? Or was she someone else? Now she chose. And it was the wrong choice. Rebecca woke up the next morning feeling different. Something inside her had changed. She looked at herself in the mirror, searching for the church girl she had once been. But all she saw was a stranger with expensive perfume on her skin and secrets in her eyes. The worst part? She didn't regret it. That was the first warning sign. The second warning came later that week. She was sitting in class when her phone buzzed. A message from David. David, come outside. Now her heart pounded. She slipped out of class and found his car parked across the street. The moment she slid into the seat, she knew something was wrong. David's face was different, darker, less charming. You haven't been answering my calls? He said, his voice too calm. Rebecca swallowed. I was busy. His jaw tightened. Don't play games with me. The air in the car grew thick. Rebecca's stomach twisted. This was the moment she realized she was in too deep and she didn't know how to get out. The lies had multiplied. Rebecca wasn't just sneaking out anymore. She was living a full double life. By day, she was still Pastor James' daughter, the perfect church girl. By night, she was something else. But lies can't last forever, and soon someone was going to find out. Rebecca's secret is getting harder to hide. Someone close to her begins to suspect the truth. The church world and the nightlife world begin to collide, and one mistake will lead to a disaster she never saw coming. Sunday morning came faster than Rebecca wanted. She barely,